Twitch Nation, what up? And everybody around the world, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to another flight. Welcome to another stream. I am your host and captain for today's flight and stream, Phoenix Black Knight. Welcome, you guys. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Where do we start, guys? Where do we start from last flight? We got to get over it. I haven't moved on from it. I was very upset with the landing. If you guys aren't aware, we had a very upsetting landing last flight out. Didn't land well. Basically, we all died. I'm just keeping it real. Basically, we all died. I did not like that landing. We've had so many good landings until that point. So just want to come up here and apologize. We're going to do better on these landings going forward, you guys. So just get that out of the way for that. But we have another good flight today. We're in Miami. That's where we left off last time. But this is our first international flight, you guys. We are going to Cancun, Mexico. Come on, guys. Cancun, Mexico. First international flight for us, like I mentioned. This is going to be a fun flight. It's going to be early morning flight. This is not a nighttime flight. The sun will be coming up and we'll have that over the ocean, you guys. So without wasting any more time, let's go to Mexico. Come on, let's go to Mexico. I got our flight briefing here, got our flight plan here. Let's go ahead and go over it. So the airline that makes this flight is Frontier, you guys. So let's show you Frontier. Maybe. There we go. Frontier is right there. This is a 320. This 320 actually does fly in the Cancun. So like I said, this is a real world flight. So this actual plane does fly in the Cancun. There you go. You guys got to get to see it. All right, let me zoom back in. No distractions. Okay. So our call sign is pretty awesome. Our call sign is just 9. This is actually a real call sign. This is a real flight that we're copying. Frontier Airline flight number 9. That's our call sign. So this Frontier 9. We're in Miami, like I mentioned. We're going into Cancun. Aircraft is a 320. It's June 8th. Why did they put June 8th? Doing it the day early. Actually, it's supposed to be June 7th. So June 7th, 5 a.m. departure time. Arrival time 6:56 is arrival time. Air time they gave us is 1 hour and 28 minutes. The block time they gave us to finish the flight, 1 hour and 56 minutes. Cruising altitude is going to be 38,000 feet. Distance we're flying is 520 nautical miles. Wind right now is at 241 over 58 knots. For today's passengers, we have 133 passengers on today's flight. Not that many, actually. We should change that. This is an international flight. You know they're going to be full. Let's make that more realistic with the balance and everything. Let's put more people on there. Let's just say it's a full flight. Let's just say that. Passengers. Oh, never mind. On this aircraft, the amount of passengers it can hold is 162, so I guess they had it right. So, 162 passengers on today's flight, you guys, which is, we'll say, it's a full flight. And then bulk fuel for today's flight to get there, 16,657 pounds. Cargo is going to be 5,357, and our total payload is going to be 33,929 pounds. Right now, we are down in Miami. When we go to take off out of Miami, we're going to be taking off a runway 30 with glades out, transition. And then when we're coming down into Cancun, Mexico, we're going to be on runway 12, Roger. 12 Roger, we're going to come down into Cancun with the transition of NOSA, N-O-S-A-1. NOSA is the transition, you guys, down in Mexico. So let's do it. That's our flight plan. That's our briefing. Any vectors we got to know about? Any altitude restrictions or anything we need to know about? I'm going over it right now. Looks like we do have one. Obviously, we do have one. We need to be at 2,100 feet by the time we get to our waypoint of Maxer, which is going to be, looking on our flight path right now, Maxer is, there it is. Oh, we'll be plenty past that, you guys, plenty past that. If we're not past that vector point of 2,000, we're supposed to be up by 10,000. So if we're not by 10 by that time, then something's going on with our takeoff and we'll have to abort and go back to the airport by the time we get to that vector. So we'll be fine there. Let's go ahead and pull up the weather. Let's see what the weather's doing in Miami right now. Let's pull that up. See what we got. Right now, weather-wise, down in Miami, we got 78 degrees and it looks like it's going to be cloudy for the takeoff. So we got 78 and cloudy. Let's go ahead and pull up the Cancun weather real quick. Let's see what Cancun is. Right now, Cancun, we got 77 degrees in Cancun with a thunderstorm happening right now. So I don't know what that's going to be like when we get there. Yeah, with the thunderstorm. So 77 in the thunderstorm. We'll pay attention to that storm going in, you guys. But there you go. That is the flight briefing. 78 in Miami. We got 77 down there and rainy down in Cancun. All right, you guys have been brief. I've been brief. Let's go ahead and get the plane ready for passengers now. We got the 320, which means we got the tablet. So let's go over here. Let's get our ground crew. Let's go ahead and get our cones around the plane now. Let's go back to our settings. Let's go turn on our APU. Plane starting up. Perfect. Uh-oh. We've got to turn off the AI. It's okay. He's talking to the airport right now. 11,000 feet is where they want us at right now. Okay. Alright. So what happens is, we've got to turn off the AI, so he already contacted the tower saying, let's go down to Cancun right now. So we already got our altitude at 11,000 feet, so we'll just miss that part. And then we'll just go ahead and set up the plane as usual. So let's go ahead and go up here. APU bleed comes on now. Let's go ahead and get that on. Let's go ahead and get our dome light on. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get a no smoking sign on. Seatbelt sign comes on. Nav light comes on. Beacon light comes on. Alright. There we go. Okay. Co-captain's just finishing up. Okay, we got those all set up. Let's go back to the captain seat to the captain view. Let's go back to our tablet. Let's hit that. Let's go back to our ground. Let's get our cabin lights on. Let's get our GPU connected to the plane. Let's also get the AC, air conditioner unit. Main cabin door, let's open that. Let's go ahead and get the jetway connected to it. ATC, let's get that online. Let's get our baggage crew and catering services going. There's catering services. Let's jump out so you can check it out. There you go. Catering truck's on its way. Let's go ahead and get the baggage services going. Baggage is on the way. Alright. While they're doing that, let's jump back into the plane. Let's do to the captain's seat, to the captain view. Let's get this plane ready for flying the way we like it. Going from the right to the left on the front displays. Let's go ahead and turn those on bright for us. Perfect. Let's go ahead and do this as well. And then from the left, this panel, let's turn that bright. Alright, let's go down to the middle console. Let's go ahead and put this. This is a morning flight. We won't need our floodlights on, but we are going to turn this light up our internal dash right here. Let's go ahead and get that all lit up. Perfect. Let's slide over here to the plane. Let's go ahead and get our train on. Let's go ahead and get our flight directory on. Informational map, leave it on ARC. Let's go ahead and leave our nautical range right now. We'll leave that out at 10. We'll push that out later. Takeoff speed, our V1 is 160, it looks like. So let's go ahead and put 160 in our takeoff speed. When 60 is entered, heading, we'll put that in the managed position because we put the flight plan in already. We already got our altitude from our tower, where we're looking at 11,000 feet to climb and maintain. We are going to climb at 2,000 feet per minute. That's going to be our climbing restriction, so let's go ahead and enter that in. And let's go ahead and turn all our illuminations up here. Brighten on, and then autopilot. Let's go ahead and make sure that indicator is brighten on. Perfect. We'll go back to the captain seat, to the captain view. Let's go back outside. Ground services are finishing up now, so let's go ahead and go back inside the plane. Hit the tablet. Let's illuminate passengers because they are on board, so let's go ahead and illuminate those. And then since we already got our clearance from our AI, so let's go ahead and get GPU. We can go ahead and disconnect the GPU now. Let's go ahead and shut the main cabin doors. Let's turn off the AC air conditioner. Let's get the jetway disconnected. Let's go ahead and get our cones off. Shut that front door one more time. Cones are disconnected. Perfect. Let's check the plane. We are all clear, waiting for a loader. Let's go ahead and wait for that to shut. Then we'll go ahead and request pushback. There we go. Let's pan our plane for the engines to start. Let's go about right. There you go. Right there. Perfect. Captain seat to the captain view. Let's go ahead and hit our settings. Get that back. Get that ready for taxi. Now let's go ahead and get our ATC back on the line. Let's go ahead and get our pushback going. But first, let's put our view the way we like it. Right for the flight. We're going to be about right there, you guys. We're going to sit right there. So let's sit right there. Let's go ahead and request pushback. I do like working with the tablet. The tablet is nice to work with. It's very fast. Pushback has got connection. Let's go ahead and release the parking brake. Engine mode's in the normal. Let's put it in the start position. Engine 2. Engine 1. Engine 2 is available and holding at 20%. Let's go ahead and wait for engine 1 to come up to at least 12, 13%, and that way we can check our flaps. Right now they're at, engine 1 is at 9%. 12%. Move our flaps down. Speed brakes, let's get those up and on. AI just got our taxi clearance to our runway. Should have our taxi runway, if we do. We're going to the left, you guys. Flaps, as you can see, let's go this way. There. Speed brakes are up, flaps are down. We're happy with that. Let's go back in. Bring the flaps up to clean, 0%. Speed brakes. Bring those up. Put those in the arm position for takeoff. Let's go ahead and put our engine mode from the start position back into the normal position. Let's get our taxi brake on. Let's go ahead and turn our APU bleed off. APU master comes off, turns off the APU start. Ground crew, thumbs up, salute. We're out of here. Dome light, let's get the dome light off. Let's go to our tablet. Hit activation, ready for taxi. Got it. Let's give the engine some power. Releasing parking brake. We have momentum, turn plane. British Airways right there in front of us, that's a nice looking plane. Straighten out. cross check. This is runway 30, I believe. Yeah, 30 and 12. We got a cross check. Make sure no one's coming through. Right is cleared. Go to the left. Left is cleared. Alright, we can continue. Looks like we got someone in front of us. Coming our way. Oh, there he is. Come on through. No problem. Take it to the right. Let's go floodlights. Let's put those on 1. As always, don't forget live weather and live players are on, so we do have other captains out here flying. Nice looking at DHL plane right there to our right. Do some freight ops, huh? That would be fun. Look into getting FedEx or UPS to start doing some freight instead of passengers. Go down that route, huh? That would be the do that. Looks like this is us, you guys. Spraying out. Engines to idle. 1.9. Let's go ahead and stop short. Parking brake on. AI is getting clearance for takeoff. Alright, I'll take over now. Roger, Frontier 9er. Clear for takeoff. Altimeter 29.82. Alright, clear for takeoff. Let's go to our tablet. Activate it. Let's go to the takeoff. Come up here. Let's go ahead and turn our wing lights on. Take our taxi brake off. Altimeter set. Cruising speed. Cruising. Takeoff speed. V1 speed. 160 knots, check. They want us to climb and maintain 11,000 feet, check. We're going to climb 2,000 feet per minute, check. Let's go ahead and get our stopwatch going. Verify 2 seconds. Up and running. Get rid of that. Give the engine some power. Release parking brake. Straighten out. Let's get our tablet back on. As we get straight, well, right there. Alright, tablet. Let's go ahead and get our cabin lights off. Let's get our flight information. There we go. Let's make our call. Flight crew, prepare for takeoff. Alright, engines at 50%. There's 40. Going up a lot, coming down the same way. Engine is flex. V1 rotating. Positive climb gears up. follow our flight directory. I'll make this turn to the right, you guys. There we go. Right now we're just barely crossing 9,000 feet. No, 9,000. We're actually crossing 1,000 feet. We'll hold this plane. We'll fly until we get above 3,000. Then we'll transition to the autopilot. Right now we'll just keep on our flight trajectory. Like I said, we're going to hold this and fly it till we get 3,000 feet, then we'll transition to the autopilot. (3,400 feet, you guys. Let's go ahead and transition to the autopilot. So what we're going to do is get it right online, and then we'll transition it over. Bring the plane over, get on the flight trajectory. About right there. Nose down. Transition to the autopilot. Autopilot is engaged. Climbing restrictions back on. Let's go ahead and clean up our flaps first. 3 brakes, let's bring those down. Let's pull our speed up. We're going to go 250 knots, so let's first off clean our flaps. Actually, we can do it fast before it goes on. Let's go 250. Alright, we got to hold 250 knots till we get above 10,000 feet. So let's hold that, gain some speed here. Then we can kill our flaps. Let's go flaps clean. Results of our product. Roger, American 9. Altimeter 29.81. Okay, got our altimeters. Tower wants us to continue as planned, which we will. We're coming up on 9,700 feet, so let's go ahead and get our plane ready for 10,000 feet and above flying, which means that we got to take our landing lights, go to the off position. Let's go over here, you guys can see it, huh? Let's go over here. There we go. Landing lights to the off position. Nose light goes to the off position. Nav light stays on. Wing light comes off. And our beacon light stays on and our strobe light comes off. Ring the seatbelt sign one time so that we can release the crew so they can prepare for services. Perfect. And then let's come over here. We are above 10,000 feet, which means we can get our free climb. So let's go ahead and hit this in the manage mode. Oh, we gotta come down so you can see. And then we want to go to our cruising speed of 335 knots. So let's go ahead and enter that in now. .335 is entered. Roger, Frontier 9, climb and maintain flight level 200. Alright, they want us up at 20,000 feet, so we went ahead for 20,000 feet in the altimeter. Went ahead and hit the manage mode so that we'll go off of our flight plan is when we should hit 20,000 feet. Let's go ahead and go back to the captain seat to the captain view. Pull forward a little bit, it'll be like right there. .320 knots. Ground speed right now is 367 miles per hour at 11,500 feet and climbing. 2,700 feet, you guys, which means let's go ahead and get our altimeter. Let's put that on the standard position. Nautical range, let's put this out to 20 now. That'll come up to 20,000 feet. And then let's go ahead and turn our terrain off as well. We'll put that back on our descent point. Roger, Frontier 9. Climb and maintain flight level 280. Roger, American 9, climb and maintain flight level 340. American Niner, we will climb and maintain flight level 380. I think on our flight plan, we're pretty straight all the way out. Yeah, we're pretty straight all the way. So since we're at our cruising altitude, 37,000 feet, we have, let's go ahead and remove, we can release the passengers. So let's go ahead and take the passenger seatbelt sign off. Let's go ahead and make the call. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now free to move about the cabin. Okay, cruising altitude, 38,000 feet. Do a cruising altitude flight briefing here in a little bit, you guys. Alright, sorry about that, everybody. I am back. I had to do something real quick. 38,000 feet. Let's go ahead and go over our cruising altitude briefing. If you just joined us, if you just got on board, welcome aboard. I'm your captain, Phoenix Black Knight. Welcome aboard, you guys. We're just going over our cruising altitude briefing. So welcome aboard, and here we go. We are Frontier. Our call sign is Frontier 9. That is a real world flight. We do real world flights here during the week. And this is a real world flight. The call sign is actually Frontier 9. We just took off from Miami. We're going into Cancun, Mexico. The aircraft we're flying is an A320. It's June 7th. We took off at 5 in the morning. Arrival is about 6:56 in the morning. Air time they gave us is 1 hour and 28 minutes to finish the flight. Block time they gave us on the flight is 1 hour and 56 minutes. Cruising altitude is 38,000 feet, what I just mentioned. Seatbelt sign is off, and passengers are free to move about the cabin. Distance we're flying is 520 nautical miles. Wind is at 241 over 57 knots. We'll keep an eye on that. Passengers on today's flight is 162 passengers on today's flight, and bulk fuel is 16,657 pounds, and our total payload is 33,923 pounds. When we were in Miami, we took off a runway 30, and when we go wheels down into Cancun, they expect us on runway 12 right when we come down into Cancun, Mexico. And then when we were in the Miami, just so you were in Miami, it was 78 degrees and cloudy. Yes, it was when we took off. Visibility was fine, but it was cloudy. Coming down into Mexico, we are looking at 71 degrees right now, and clear skies as of now. So, as always, we'll keep an eye on the weather. That is it for the cruising briefing. That is it for me, Phoenix Black Knight. I'm going to go ahead and get on mute. As always, you guys, you can always reach out to me on chat, and I'll answer anything on live on the air. Other than that, I will see you on descent. See ya. Roger, Savannah Center. American Frontier 9, we will continue as planned. Roger, Frontier 9. Descend and maintain flight level 320. Alright, so they want us down to 32,000 feet. I dropped our speed down to our descending speed, which is 240 knots. We're going to go down to 32,000 feet. Once we hit 32,000 feet, then we get the next descent point. We'll go ahead and turn the fasten seatbelt sign on that time once we get below 32,000 feet. And then we'll go ahead and hit our terrain on at that time as well. Roger, Frontier 9er. Descend and maintain flight level 200. Keep speed not about 250 knots. Now they want us down to 20,000 feet. Now let's go ahead and come over here. Let's fasten the seatbelt sign on. Let's go ahead and make our call. Flight crew, prepare for descent. Let's go ahead and turn our terrain on now. Even though we're at 31,000 feet, let's put it on, leave it on. That way we're already down to mess with it later. Roger, Frontier 9. We will descend and maintain flight level 140. At 14,000 feet, we're going to pull our speed back from 240 knots to 220 knots. And as soon as we get, also as well, as soon as we get below 18,000 feet, we'll go ahead and put our altimeter back on the 29.92 or whatever is instructed otherwise. We'll get it off of the standard and barrel position. Promising you guys, says we are, unless we land this high. I mean, I've never been to Cancun, but I feel like 14 feet is pretty high. 14,000 feet. And we only got and this route was for the A320, so I don't understand why. If we're short, if we're high on this, we have to do a go around. I don't understand why this keeps happening. Let's pull our speed back. We're at 15,300 feet. We're descending down to 14,000. Let's pull our speed back. We're going to go 220 now. And then let's hit our nautical range. I left that on 10. Let's keep that out on 20 for a little bit. Drop our speed down to 220 knots. Elijah says we're 12 miles out from the runway, but that's not accurate because we are going to go and do a horseshoe around. But we'll see what this family put us on now. Now we're coming up to 14,300 feet. Roger, Frontier 9. Descend and maintain flight level 8,000 feet. Keep speed not above 250 knots. We might be able to make it, you guys. Now that I'm looking at it, and we got it on 20 out still. We got 15, 20 miles out, and then we circle around. We're descending now to 8,000 feet. We might be able to make it. They might make us drop us down to 4. We might be able to save. I may have judged the book by its cover a little too quick. Let's see how this plays out. JC may have to take the W. Here comes that sunrise, you guys. Here comes that sunrise. Right when we're coming down. Let's pull our speed back. I want to go 210. And then I want to activate flaps 1. So flaps 1. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. I don't understand if it does that. I don't get it. These flight plans don't match up. I'm judging the book by its cover too quick. I know. Let's see how it plays out. I apologize. "10,000 feet. Let's light it up. Landing lights. Go to the on position. Nose light goes to the takeoff position. Wing lights come on. Strobe light comes on. Roger, American altimeter 29.82. Below 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead. Put our nautical range. Oh, there we go. 3,000 feet. Roger, American 9. Descend and maintain flight level 3,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 12 left approach. Alright, so they want to stop us down to 3,000 feet. I did not know we were going to make that big loop and make a big circle, so I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be able to descend. Holding 210, we'll be able to descend down to 3,000 feet and bring it in for a landing. Once again, I apologize. I did judge a book before its cover. My apologies. 7,200 feet, still descending down to 3,000 feet, guys. We're holding 210 knots. We'll keep holding 210 knots till we come around this bend and we start straightening out over here. Then we'll drop it down to 180, 190, 180, and then we'll drop it down to our approach speed of 140 knots. Throttle back, get ready for reversers. We'll leave it, put it right there. 5,800 feet. Still going down to 3,000. 14 miles outside of the runway, and it looks like we are starting our turn back to it. Looks like it only took us out to about 14 miles. They want us down to 2,000 now. Roger, American 9. Descend and maintain flight level 2,000 feet. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit our approach. Get that armed and ready to go since we're just only 14 miles outside from the runway and making our turn. Get that ready to go. Get ready to pull our speed back. We're at 3,200 feet. As soon as we hit the 3,000 feet in the 2,000 range, we're going to pull our speed back to 190. There it is, 3,000. 210 knots. Let's pull back to 190. That puts us at flaps 2, I believe. Actually, we can probably, yeah, that puts us at flaps 2. Alright, 190 knots is entered. 2,500 feet. I actually hear a little bit of rain, you guys. I don't know if you can hear that. It may be a little raining just a little bit. Check. 13 miles outside of the runway. Hold our speed back to 190. We're still hovering about 210 because we are descending. We're at 2,200 feet. They want us down to 2,000 feet, so we should start to... Our speed should be dropping rapidly now. There it goes. Perfect. Let's go flaps 2. Ooh, look at the cloud cover, you guys. Cloudy and rainy. Look at that. Man. Can't even see the sunlight come through the clouds. Look at that. It's clear up there. That's crazy. 10 miles from the runway. Pulling our speed back. 140 knots. That's full. Let's go ahead and hit flaps 3. That's full. Roger, Frontier 9, clear to approach runway. Clear to approach. Our speed just dropped. We are holding 140 knots. We are at 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet will be our go around if we need to. ILS, localizer is activated. We do have our approach activated. Just waiting for it to be engaged. Approach is here activated. Waiting for it to be engaged. Cross-check lights. Strobe light beacon. Strobe light beacon light. We got nav light. We got strobe light. Everything's on but our runway lights. Perfect. 7 miles out from the runway. Glide slope is not engaged yet. Glide slope is engaged. Five miles from the runway. 4 miles. Still haven't been cleared to land. We are just cleared to approach. American 19er cleared to land. Interesting. We don't have any... Must be glitching the game. 3 miles outside the runway, you guys. We're gonna land it. We're gonna put our gears down. We're gonna put our speed in the managed position. We're gonna go ahead and put our speed brakes on. We're gonna go low on the medium brake. Runway lights come on. Let's make our call. Flight crew, prepare for landing. 500. My plane. Hit approach again. Reversers. That's how you can see the reversers. Beautiful. $80 knots. Reverser stowed. Auto brake off. Let's take. Where do we get off here? Where do they want us off this runway? Guess we go all the way down, huh? Alright, going to the, let's vacate to the right. Let's take this one. Go ahead and slowly stop the plane. Manually stop. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Cancun, Mexico. Alright, let's go ahead and stop the plane about right here. Perfect. Engines are in the idle position. Let's go ahead and put our brakes on. Brake is on. Flight display localizers, turn that off. ATC, let's get the ground. Cancun ground. We'll get request taxi to our gate. Slide over here. If you bleed, if you master, if you start. Clean up our flaps. Strobe light comes off. Our lights. Beacon light stays on, nav light stays on. So let's get our wing lights off. Landing lights go to the restricted position. Nose lights go to the taxi position. Runway lights stay on. Alright, let's taxi. Give the engine some power. Releasing parking brake. Clean our flaps up. Flaps go to 10%. Speed brakes get disarmed. Zoom out. Cancun, Mexico Airport. Look at that fleet of planes. Look at the Cessnas over there. Nice. Don't mind us, we just came in from Miami. Alright, this is us. Park and brake. Engines to the idle position. Seatbelt sign comes off. Dome light comes on. Turn the lights off. Runway lights come off. Nose light goes to the off position. Beacon light off. Navigation light off. Let's come down here. Let's go ahead and kill engine 1. Stop our stopwatch. Hour and 35 minutes plus taxi. We'll get our true time here, hopefully. Seems like they already got the jetway connected, you guys. Let's go ahead and get our services. Let's turn on our cabin lights for the passengers. Perfect. Let's go ahead and flaps up, clean those up. Let's kill engine 2. Oops, I just hit the microphone again. Do that every flight. Engine 2 is killed. GPU connected to the plane. Let's go ahead and get the ACU. And cabin door should be open. There we go. Alright, let's get our baggage services, you guys. Get everything going. Good flight today. Good flight today. Much better landing than we had last flight. That last flight, I don't even know what happened. But much better flight today. Getting on the runway, even stick it in the middle. Just got to be 50 above the numbers. When we come in on the runway, we're always high. We got to remember, we got to be 50 feet above the numbers when we're coming in. So we need to be lower than what those pappies say. Those pappies, when they're too left, too right, too red, we're not 50 above the numbers. So we're too high every time. So our pappies are not lining up with every runway we fly into, which is why we're having such difficulty landing after many researches. So we're going to ignore everything and go 50 at the numbers like you're supposed to, and then we'll land it. So anyway, that's what we did today. Much smoother, better landing. I like it. Alright, so what we're going to do now is, let's see what we got. Let's go ahead and send our baggage services. Actually, let's do the catering service first. Baggage services. Anybody playing right now in Cancun? Where's everybody at? Oh, there's somebody playing right there. I think we got one person in Cancun right now. We're one captain. We're representing. Look at the baggage crew, you guys. Look at totally different than what we left in Miami. Usually got those big carts. You guys got flat well, Cancun, man. Come on. Jetway's not even connected. That's a new one. Neither one of these are connected all the way through. Come on, Cancun default airport. Okay, looks like it's all done. Let's go ahead and kill the plane. Let's get ready for the next crew. So all the lights are off. Check, check, check. Let's go over here. Let's disconnect. Let's turn off. Passengers are off, so we'll turn those illuminated passengers are off. Cabin lights are off. Let's go ahead and get the GPU disconnected. Let's do that one first. Let's go ahead and shut the main cabin door. Let's get the AC disconnected. Let's go ahead and get the jetway disconnected. Let's put our cones down. Front. There we go. Let's make sure that is shut. There it is. Let's go back to settings. Let's put this in the cold dark state. See what it gave us. Hour and 28 minutes total flight time, everybody. Let's see what we got on SimBrief. We're bringing this back up on SimBrief to see what it's told us. And SimBrief is dead. I accidentally cleared it out. Well, that's on me. But yeah, that's on me, guys. I apologize. SimBrief, I accidentally cleared it off my phone. So, but I believe we did beat it though. I believe it said we had an hour and like 32 minutes or something like that. But we finished it in an hour and 28 minutes. They gave us 52 minutes of nighttime flight on that, and they also gave us only 35 minutes and 59 seconds of that was considered daytime flying. The rest of that was considered night, even though that was 5 o'clock in the morning, and the sun is literally coming up now. So 5 o'clock in the morning, they gave us 52 minutes of nighttime, and then 35 minutes of daytime. So, all right. Well, other than that, guys, that was a great flight. We're getting that landing down. That landing was much better this time than last, like I mentioned last time. So appreciate you being aboard. Appreciate you coming on this flight with me for our first international flight to Cancun. That was fun. I'm glad we made that first international flight together. I'll see you guys. We're not live again until Saturday. Today's Wednesday, correct? Yeah, today's Wednesday. We won't be live again until Saturday morning, which was a little bit longer haul. So we'll be flying out of Cancun since we just landed here. Flying Cancun, going somewhere else. So tune in. Don't forget to hit that follow button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can tune in where we're going in out of Cancun on Saturday morning. It'll be a little bit longer flight because it's the weekend, so we'll be able to enjoy the game a little bit longer and interact a little bit longer since it's Saturday. But I will see you guys Saturday morning. Thanks for being aboard. Phoenix Black Knight, I am out of here. I am logging off. I will see you guys Saturday. I'm out. See ya. Later.